We have financing programs. A lot of the equipment financing companies we work with, they work with franchises so they can not only do the equipment, they can do a lot of the tenant improvements in an equipment finance deal. So typically on a revenue-based or cash flow-based financing type of loan, they have like weekly or bi-monthly or monthly payment options, right? It's kind of like just an advance line. They're usually a 12-month type of term. And usually you can get between 7 to 18 or 19, 20% of your revenue as far as line amount. That's just kind of the range. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Investor Financing Podcast Special Edition. We're doing questions and answers, and we've got Bill helping with some of the questions we have, and we're going to get started with question number one. And don't forget to go to investorfinancingpodcast.com/ask. All right, Bill, fire away.
All right, this one comes from William. He says, I am buying a franchise. It is a QSR or quick service restaurant. It does not appear to be on the approved SBA financing list. Any other options that you can let me know about? The total cost between the franchise fee, equipment, and tenant improvements is about $300,000. My credit score is good, 730 plus. I have a W-2 job, which I will keep for the next several years. I have about $100,000 liquid and $100,000 in a 401k. Thanks in advance.
Okay, great. That's a good question. So let me try to break this down. I have the note in front of me too, so I can look as a reference. But first off, if it's not on the SBA approved directory, that's okay. We have financing programs. A lot of the equipment financing companies we work with, they work with franchises so they can not only do the equipment, they can do a lot of the tenant improvements in an equipment finance deal. So when it's not on the approved SBA register, yes, you can potentially get it approved, but it's a process. So the fast way of doing this is to use equipment financing. And a lot of times these are already pre-approved with a lot of the equipment lenders we work with, where they've financed these type of franchises in the past. And it's a quicker process to get the vendor approved or the franchisor. So that's one way. The other thing is you have $100,000 liquid. You could look at doing a ROBS rollover. That's where you roll over into a self-directed vehicle, and then you can use that money for the purposes of investing in your business. The other thing is your credit is good and you're W-2'd. You can also do an unsecured term loan potentially. We work with a company that goes out and they do a soft pull on your credit. They run your DTIs, and they can get you anywhere from 25 to up to 450,000 depending on your credit profile. So you can use that for the franchise fee. There's a lot of ways we can layer and stack these franchise acquisitions, even if they're not approved by SBA. SBA is a great tool, but sometimes we're going to have to use it as a refinance down the road as opposed to use it now to acquire your franchise. So anyways, hope that one helps. You can always book a call. We have links below and we can walk you through franchise financing.
All right, Hector says, hey, Beau, appreciate the Q&A sessions. I've got a question for you now. I run and own a couple QSR franchise locations, and I'm looking to expand without bringing in additional investors. Is there a financing product, non-SBA, that will finance based upon revenue? Been in business for 5 years, and we have 4 locations. Here are the basics. My revenue is $17 million. EBITDA is $2.4 million. I am looking for the largest line of credit possible. Cheers.
Okay, yeah. So typically on a revenue-based or cash flow-based financing type of loan, they have like weekly or bi-monthly or monthly payment options, right? It's kind of like just an advance line. They're usually a 12-month type of term, and usually you can get between 7 to 18 or 19, 20% of your revenue as far as line amount. That's just kind of the range. So you'd probably be looking at anywhere from, if everything checks out, from 800,000 to $1.4 million, $1.5 million as far as a working capital type of loan. And these loans can be closed within 1 to 3 business days, assuming you had all the paperwork, which is 6 months of bank statements, an application, balance sheet, and P&L, and most recent tax return. So it's pretty fast. They give a quick decision. We see these a lot with franchise companies that are looking to expand and don't want to go through the process of getting additional SBA financing. Maybe you do have some, or maybe you're outgrown. You've already used your $5 million allocation for SBA. So that's when these revenue or cash flow type of loans or financing would be a good fit. So yes, we have solutions for that. Feel free to book a call below and we could discuss your particular project.
Meet Beau Eckstein, the driving force behind Business Ownership Coach, unlocking the path to business ownership. Visit www.businessownershipcoach.com. Thrive with Business Ownership Coach.
Hey guys, Beau Eckstein here. If you enjoyed what you saw, please subscribe to this channel. We talk all things financing. I've been in the lending industry for over 20 years, and I'm happy to answer your questions and provide great content.